Welcome back, my crafty friends. And if you're visiting for the very first time here on my channel, welcome to my channel and my crafty world. I hope you enjoy your visit here and that you will consider hitting that subscribe button and ringing that notification bell so that you can come back for many more videos to come. Now, today we are playing with LDRS Creative. We're going to do some layering with these gorgeous dies. This is called the Cherry Blossom Layering Die Set. It creates these gorgeous blooms and buds. So we are going to use these beautiful papers here and the Sarah Renae Clark Color Cube inspiration card here that I have. This is how I chose my colors here. And if you follow my channel, last Friday, I let you guys know about the Paper Insider. Now, the Paper Insider is a quarterly subscription box with specialty papers chosen from all over the world. So we are using some of these papers in today's project. These 4 papers, actually, or at least that is the plan. Now, you guys that follow me normally know that sometimes my plans don't always go as follows. But as of right now, these are the papers I've chosen, and here are 2 supporting papers to coordinate to go with this color scheme. So we will see. Things may change as I design, but this is what we're going for. Now, the Paper Insider subscription, I will link to a video right here. If you want to go back and see Friday's video to learn all about that, there'll also be a link down below, as well as for the color cube. For a little bit more crafty updates before we jump into crafting, I want to let y'all know, actually, 2 big events. First of all, next Thursday, LDRS is having their quarterly release. It is a big release, and I've gotten a bunch of the product in the mail. I will be sharing a video with you on the 22nd, and I have a discount code. So if you're interested, come on back, see all the new goodies, and use my discount code that I will be bringing you. I will also be doing a live on my channel here on Friday, the following day, the 23rd. And LDRS is sponsoring our video. This is going to be with the Better Press Babes, Justine Dvorak, and myself here on my channel. So LDRS has sponsored us with product, both of us, and is giving away 2 $30 gift cards to their online store. So I'm excited about that. Thank you, LDRS, for supporting our efforts here on our channels. So without further ado, I am going to leave you for a brief YouTube moment and bring you the project. Okay, I have had some time to play, and I've die cut all of our shapes here. We have our die cut pieces for the flower, the main flower. I've gone ahead and made the bud. This is what the bud looks like. Really super cute, and it is very simple to put together. So I went ahead and did the bud, but we're going to do the larger one together. And then I've cut a sentiment out of the Everyday Sayings Stamp and Die. And this stamp and die set, it's actually 2 sets here. It's a stamp individually and then a die set. And the dies have 2 dies for each. So you have 1 die that cuts out your stamp and another die that cuts a shadow. So you could actually cut this one out of this and have a larger shadow and just have 1 layer, or you can do it like this and have 2 layers, which is the look that I like. So that's what I've done there, and I've done that and also created a base for our card here. And remember, I'm going by the color cube. So I've chosen this French rose and this dark brown as my color combination for my base, which is completely out of my wheelhouse. So That's the beauty about these cards, is it gets you out of your comfort zone. And this is completely out of my comfort zone. So it definitely stretches your abilities. So if you're always in a rut, or you're thinking, what's next? What do I do? I'm always choosing that designer paper. I'm always coloring, or, choosing that color scheme. You might want to consider these, because they really do step up your game. So that's what I've done there for that. So let's go ahead and just, I'm going to set that aside. For the background here, I've used the modern geometric cover plates. Now this cover plate here is cover plate 2, which is this one here. It is the smallest in detail. In other words, the thinnest in detail here. So you're going to get the least design. Each one of these is a little different. And I've actually used these other two in previous designs, but when you combine them, they give you different options and different looks. So you can use one by itself like we're doing today, or you can use them in different orders for different variety. So this one here, you're using a completely different look. So what I've done here in this example is I have cut a background A2, and then I've cut 3 pieces here out of some of the papers from the subscription box that I showed you earlier. And I've gotten the silver foil one. I've got the delicate screen print, which is beautiful here. And then I've got the 3rd layer out of white. And so you can layer these any way you'd like. You can do this here and have the silver on top. Then put the background behind it so you can see it better. You can alternate these and have your print on top, or glitter, or any type of card. You could have these all solid and make, a really bold statement like that, and have your specialty on top. Or you could have the white on top and have a completely different, it's easier to do that, different look. I want to do the silver on top because I want to protect this piece of screen printing, but I still want to see my screen printing. So I chose to put the smallest print on the top, the delicate, the one like this, on the top here so I can see through it mostly. And then I'm going to put the pattern screen printing underneath so I can still see the majority of my screen printing like that. And then I will probably put a Valentine's Day sentiment here, most likely from you with love, something like that, to finish that card off. So, but I just wanted to show you how those worked. So let's get building. Now I'm using the LDRS Creative Craft Glue, which dries clear today. This is the first time I've gotten to use it. And then I'm going to take our pieces off here. The flower is made up of 6 pieces. If I can grab this last one. This little piece here, you're just going to stack these onto. So we're going to just cover this up with this, just as a landing zone, so to speak. And then we will start building. There we go. And then we will just keep going. And I'll get my stamen done here. You just want to alternate these a little bit so they are sporadic. And remember, this is your flower. You can do it any direction you want to. I think I want to change that and have that other long one go that way. There we go. This glue does give you a little bit of maneuverability. That's what I was testing out there, since this is my first time I'm doing it. And of course you can always raise these a little bit. You could put some frills on this if you wanted to. This is not really a dimensional flower. This is more of a flat layerable flower. Now I'm going to go ahead and just start from the bottom. And this only goes one way. You want to look at the curves, mainly these two curves, and just rotate it here until they line up. Like so. These two little curves are going to line up with two flowers, or two petals. And your etchings here are all going to show from the back die, and that's how you know you got it going in the right direction. Now, if you notice here, you notice anything familiar? I have used that screen print paper, that really delicate paper, right here on the inside of our flower. Now to do that, what I did was take the paper and I used double-sided adhesive tape sheet, double-sided adhesive sheet, and I put it on a piece of cardstock. Then I layered the piece of screen printing on top of that. Then I placed my die here and ran it through the die cut machine as one piece. So you see here, you can see the little piece of thin, delicate screen printing paper is right there. And it's just attached with the double-sided adhesive paper. And then it die cut just fine. And that way, you have it and it's thicker and easier to manipulate, and you don't have to worry about it being super thin and delicate when you're working with it. And I just thought that would be better for the flower construction. So I'm going to add some little dots of glue here. Right. I'm going to line up those edges right here. And right here. And they're going to line up perfectly. Now remember, this glue dries clear, so if I lose any out the edges, it's going to be just fine. Pull it a little bit that way. Perfect. There we go. So that is our first and second layer. And now it's nice and sturdy because it's got 3 layers of paper. Now I'm going to take this piece here, and this piece here with this thicker piece that sticks out is going to go this way. It kind of lines up along this line here where this open petal is. And if at any time you have questions when you're putting this together, the back of this packaging shows you exactly which pieces go with which. It shows you in the exact order, like this and this hug this and this is going in that order, and it shows you the finish down here. So it's really easy to follow as you're working with it. I love that the packaging shows that. I may even laminate it because it's so good. And it's really not that hard. I have definitely done ones a lot harder. So I love that about this set. There's a little excess glue there, so I'm just going to dab that off a little bit just to make it easier for me. And then I'm going to line this up right like so. Perfect. We got our next layer on. Now, so far, all of these papers here are from our subscription box, and they're making for a beautiful flower. And now I'm just going to add our center. The darker paper here is actually from my stash, but the other coral color is from the subscription box. I just had to grab these two papers and the greens from my stash. Everything else is from the subscription box. Isn't that special? Now, I just realized there's one thing I forgot to do. Am I gutsy enough to do it now? I think I am. We're going to go for it. I had planned to ink these edges, so I am just going to do it because that was the plan all along. And I wanted a little extra pinkness right along here. So we're just going to go for it because we can, and it's our project and we can make it happen. So I'm just going to go right here, and rather than do the whole thing, I'm just going to do what's exposed. I'm just going very, very lightly, and I'm using LDRS Soft Kisses Hybrid ink for this. I just wanted a little contrast on the tips of these flowers. I just thought that was really, really pretty. Oh yeah, and I already did the bud like this, so that's why I didn't want to not do this. But because I was so excited telling you about everything that I had prepped, I totally forgot to tell you about it. There we go. Now we've got our color. Isn't that a pretty color too? It matches perfectly. I really am enjoying the difference in the colors that I've got here. So now we have our bud and we have our bloom. And there's no other ones like them because they are one of a kind. Okay, now for the flower or for the leaves, I've already done the shadow on this one. These leaves each have a little shadow layer right along there. So I took a darker green and I just added the little shadow. So this one here is going to go along this side. And all you do is line up the tip. So we'll add a little bit of glue. These little glues would be perfect for travel. I think they would be. But sometimes I don't want to take my big bottle. When I go just for a little bit of travel, I like to craft with friends. And that is just the right size bottle. And I don't know if they have a refill for it. I'll have to check their website and see. But I just wanted to give it a try and see how it was. There we go. See our little shadow there? Love it. All right. Now, one of my leaves doesn't have a shadow. Somehow, I didn't die cut that one. It will be okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and double up on my stem. I did that because the stem doesn't have any support, and this stem has a piece under it that is actually made to go under it. So I went ahead and just did an extra one of these just to make it the same thickness. So anytime I double up something, I just like to go along the edges while it's drying, and that helps line everything up, especially when it's something narrow like this. I don't know if you can see that or not. Okay, and then this piece here is its shadow, the stem's shadow. Okay, shadow, you need to behave. Just get a little bit of glue on there, and then we will put this right along here. And I accidentally glued those layers the wrong direction, but that's okay. Nobody will ever know but you and me. This one was meant to go on top, but no one will ever know. Okay, so let's move these off of here, my little tray, And let's bring the card in. All right, I am going to go ahead and add glue to this. I'm going to bring in my score pal so I can get this exactly in the corner. I'm going to go ahead and add, I'm not going to worry about that tape. Wait a second. That tape is holding a piece in the die. So let me pull that out. Other than that, I don't care that the tape is there. Okay. But I didn't want the die cut there. So I'm going to put some glue down here, and then I'm just going to put some little bitty dots right in these little spaces. Oops, that's a big one. Just to give it some more stability here and there. I don't want too much. And then this is going to be pushed up into the right corner or left corner, and then we'll put that up there too and pull it down so it is completely flat against my background, like so. Okay, now it's not completely glued down because I didn't put glue everywhere, but I knew we were going to have our flower in here, so I wasn't really concerned about it. So I'm going to have my flower about right there. We're just going to lay it out here first, and then we will glue. So I'm thinking something like in that area. I'm going to have our bud coming up in this area. I know I need this leaf here. Perfect. Then I need a leaf up here. Just going to put them in here for a second and see. Do I want the shadow up there or the shadow over here? I think, because this is mainly covered, I think I'm going to do that, like so. And then we have our sentiment, which I will go ahead and glue while we're thinking about it. Oh, this is very pretty and very not me color-wise. Not me, but I'm liking it. I put that right there, kind of nestled in the flower. Okay, I'm ready to roll. So let's pick up the flower and let's do this. Let's take a tiny piece of tape, tiny, and tape these two together. And put some glue down here. Lay those right about there. Before I put it down and commit, just gonna make sure I like that. There we go. Then we're going to have this coming up here, like so. Put that, a little bit of glue back there, and have that, oops, coming up right about there. And then this one, I like that this leaf or this stem has, it's almost like it has a couple little thorns. So I don't want to cover that up. So I'm going, but I want this to look natural. I want it to look like it's coming from the stem. So I'm going to make sure these stems are underneath each other. Okay, a little bit of glue, but like I said, it's gonna dry clear. All right. See where we're at here. Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to have this one. Something like that. Let's see. This is going to be down here. And I think I'm going to pop that flower up. I like that this leaf here is kind of swooping up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one down right like that. All right, let's get some double stick adhesive for this. I actually have a little extra here that I can go ahead and just finish up. Don't you just love it when you can finish up a piece? So let's see what we can do here. I'm going to add a little tiny bit of glue, tiny bit, to each of these, just as extra assurance. And then I'm going to place our gorgeous flower right about there. A little over a little bit. Then for our sentiment, I will go ahead and put our sentiment right down here in the bottom right hand corner. You make me smile. And you guys do. You guys make me smile with every single comment, with every single like, with every single subscribe. You make me smile. So thank you guys for sticking around. You know, I think it's missing something. What do you think? Save that thought. I'm gonna grab some bling. Do I like that one? That one? Or that one? Not quite brown enough. I'm going to go with the pink. I've never used these pink ones, so I'm going to do the pink. I'm just going to go light in the center. I know it's supposed to get darker, but I'm going to be different. Okay, there we go. So there is our finished card. Like I said just a few moments ago, you guys make me smile. So thank you very much for all your comments, likes, shares, and subscriptions. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye, friends.